Hey everyone, a major outbreak of intense weather is on the horizon as we head into next week, bringing the potential for tornadoes, some of them powerful, along with large-scale hail, destructive winds, and flash flooding. On top of that, significant snowfall is also in the forecast. There's a lot to break down as we move into next week, and we'll also take a sneak peek at the weather pattern heading into mid-March, where more rounds of severe weather are lurking. Weekend storm detail breakdown. Right now, chilly air is settling across the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, thanks to a powerful wind-driven system that swept through the region yesterday. If you were in the Midwest, Great Lakes, or Northeast, you definitely felt those intense winds. It was the kind of day where you had to hold onto your hats. That cooler air mass will stick around into the weekend, extending into Sunday, March 2nd for the eastern U.S. Meanwhile, out west, temperatures are beginning to climb, signaling a warming trend. As we track the winds through this afternoon, it won't be as gusty as yesterday, but parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast could still experience wind gusts exceeding 30 to possibly 40 miles per hour. These winds will ease up overnight, but expect them to intensify once again by Sunday afternoon, particularly across Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Temperature anomalies and weather patterns. As we move into the first full week of March, Monday, March 3rd, warmer than normal temperatures will begin surging in, highlighted by deep reds and maroon shades on our anomaly maps. The trend continues into Tuesday, March 4th and Wednesday, March 5th, before a notable shift takes place. By midweek, cooler air starts filtering in, signified by those blues creeping in, setting the stage for a volatile clash of air masses, which will fuel a major severe weather outbreak. Weekend, snow and early week storm setup. Heading into the weekend, expect snow showers, including some lake effect snowfall across the Great Lakes and parts of the Northeast. This wintry activity will persist through the overnight hours, but across the rest of the lower 48, conditions remain relatively quiet. However, the energy fueling our next storm is already beginning to move ashore, targeting the West Coast tonight and into the overnight hours. Expect steady rainfall for western Oregon and northern California, while higher elevations such as the Sierras and Cascades transition to heavy snowfall by Sunday morning. Severe weather threat, March 3rd to 5th. As for severe thunderstorms, no significant activity is expected today. However, by tomorrow, a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk is in place for southwestern Kansas, western Oklahoma, including the Panhandle, the eastern Texas Panhandle, and far northwestern Texas. Though the threat is low, we can't rule out gusty winds, hail, and even an isolated tornado. Sunday storm development. Sunday morning will start calm, but by the afternoon, storm activity will begin developing around Amarillo, Texas, forming a curved band of showers and storms. Some of these could pack a punch, bringing wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour and hail. As these storms strengthen through peak daytime heating, locations like Elk City, Lawton, Wichita Falls, and areas west of Fort Worth could experience damaging winds with the potential for small-scale bowing segments in the storm line. However, as nightfall approaches, instability will diminish, causing storms to weaken once they reach eastern Oklahoma and northeast Texas, including Oklahoma City and the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Precipitation and snowfall totals rainfall won't be excessive, but some areas could pick up around an inch, enough to soak the roads and bring light accumulations. Meanwhile, the higher elevations of the Cascades, at Sierras, and the Rockies could see a few inches of fresh snowfall. Massive storm next week. The main system we're tracking for next week is shaping up to be a major player, bringing the potential for a significant, large-scale, severe weather outbreak. By Monday, March 3rd, a deep trough will begin digging into Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. As we move into Tuesday, March 4th, this system will rapidly intensify and push eastward into the southern plains, eventually taking on a negative tilt by Wednesday, March 5th, as it lifts into the Midwest and Ohio Valley. The greatest severe weather threat will be located south of the trough, where atmospheric dynamics will be most intense. As this system evolves, we'll be closely monitoring the potential for dangerous storms, tornadoes, and extreme weather hazards. Powerful low pressure system and severe weather outbreak. As we kick off the new week, we're tracking a formidable low pressure system that's set to intensify rapidly. By Monday, we'll see this system organizing over eastern Colorado with central pressure dropping to 996 millibars. But watch what happens next. By Tuesday, it deepens even further to 988 millibars over western Kansas. And by Wednesday, this storm system tightens dramatically, plunging to 980 millibars over Missouri and Illinois. At its lowest point, it could even dip into the 979 to 980 range, making it a potent storm system. For those familiar with low pressure dynamics, the lower the pressure, the stronger the system, and this one is looking very intense, especially over Chicago, where we see deep green shading, signaling a robust system with widespread impacts. Any severe weather outbreak detail breakdown. This storm will fuel a major severe weather outbreak as it tracks eastward. Let's break it down. Monday, early threat development. On Monday, a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, for severe weather extends from Tulsa and eastern Oklahoma City down through Dallas-Fort Worth. While the risk is low, a few stronger storms could still develop. Tuesday, the main event. By Tuesday, the storm system tilts negatively, enhancing upper-level dynamics and setting the stage for a more widespread and intense severe weather event. Yellow zone, 15% risk, level 2, slight risk, areas like Little Rock, St. Louis, Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, Shreveport, Monroe, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Memphis, and Nashville are under a heightened risk. Orange zone, 30% risk, level 3, enhanced risk. This zone covers a broad region, including Jackson, MS, Jackson, TN, Paducah, Birmingham, Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Mobile, and beyond. Wednesday, East Coast threat. By Wednesday, the storm system races eastward, bringing a continued severe weather risk for the Delmarva Peninsula, Raleigh, Norfolk, Wilmington, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Columbia, and Savannah. Even parts of Jacksonville, Florida, could experience strong storms, breaking down the storm mechanics. Monday night storm genesis. As we head into Monday night and early Tuesday morning, we'll see a dry line sharpening over West Texas and western Oklahoma. This boundary will separate dry air to the west from moist Gulf-fed air to the east, generating strong atmospheric lift, a key ingredient for thunderstorm development. Early Monday afternoon, instability is limited with only a few hundred joules per kilogram of CAPE, convective available potential energy. By the evening hours, this builds substantially, reaching 1,000 plus joules per kilogram, increasing the storm potential. Another crucial factor, wind shear. At 500 millibars, a mid-level jet stream will be surging around the base of the trough, with strong shear values exceeding 65 knots. This creates ideal conditions for tornado formation, especially overnight. Monday evening, first storms take shape. The first storms will begin firing up in the southern plains, including parts of southeastern Kansas, central Oklahoma, and north Texas. Cities like Tulsa, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Fort Sill, and Dallas-Fort Worth could see strong to severe storms with damaging winds, hail, and isolated tornadoes. Tuesday, peak severe weather threat. Tuesday is shaping up to be the most active and dangerous day, with a well-defined dry line serving as the trigger for severe storms. A classic setup is unfolding. Dry air surges in from the west. Warm, moist air surges northward ahead of the front. As the system tilts negatively, storms will explode in intensity. With instability increasing, severe storms could extend northward into northeastern Kansas, southern Iowa, Missouri, and western Illinois, adding a wider range to this outbreak. Tuesday evening, strengthening jet streak and tornado threat. By Tuesday evening, a powerful jet streak will be positioned over the southern U.S., generating extreme lift for storm development. At the low levels, a 90-knot low-level jet, one of the strongest we've seen, will be sitting just a kilometer above the surface. Storms tapping into this wind energy could pull these powerful winds downward, leading to widespread damaging wind gust tornado potential, including strong tornadoes, explosive supercell development Tuesday morning, supercells and early tornadoes. By Tuesday morning, we'll already be tracking a line of storms with some supercells capable of producing tornadoes. As the day progresses, midday storms will rapidly intensify over Arkansas, East Texas, and Louisiana. By afternoon, the most dangerous storms will likely be concentrated along the Mississippi River Valley, affecting Memphis, Nashville, Jackson, MS, and Baton Rouge. Don't overlook the cold core setup even north of the warm sector. The cold core region of this storm could still produce severe weather, particularly isolated tornadoes. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next update.